Well, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, you'll probably want to subscribe. I try and do 1 or 2 videos a week. Just click on the upper right hand corner and it'll take you to my 1998 Land Rover Discovery 1 playlist, where you'll find more and more easy to do repairs that you can do to save yourself big money. But before we get started, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell. Believe it or not, this helps me continue making these videos. Hi you guys, I'm glad to be back. Well, my computer's been down, so I've unfortunately had to buy a new computer. So looks like I'm back. Well, in this video, I'm going to be replacing my fog lamps. As you can see by this picture here, the ones that came with the vehicle when I bought it were pretty thrashed, and of course they didn't work. I found these at essentially a garage sale. They're brand new. They're PIAA lights. I guess they're racing lights. I gotta tell you, these things are really bright. I'm not too sure if you can buy these lights anymore, or this particular style, but I'll tell you what, they're really bright, and I only paid 25 bucks for both of them. I think you can find some of these on eBay, but they are hard to find, and I'm really happy with them. So anyway, you can see what I got going on here. The light on the driver's side, the bolt was rusted, so I had to use some vice grips to hold the light as I unscrewed it from the bottom, as you can see. Now, before you try to take your lights out, make sure you spray some WD-40 because you're going to have a heck of a time trying to get these bolts out. Once I have the bolts out, I'm just going to lay the light here off to the side and get to the other one. You can see how easy this light goes in. It has a bolt coming off the bottom. You just stick it in the hole and you just screw the nut in from the bottom and you're good to go. It's that simple. Now the other light was a lot simpler. I was able just to hold it by my hand and unscrew it. It's not that hard to do. Okay, once I had the 2 lights unscrewed, next thing I did, I cut the lights away from the wires. Each wire had 2 wires in the wire harness. Wires aside for now. Now I'm just going to go ahead and screw the 2 lights in and position them as best I can. Okay, here's the bottom of the light. As you can see, I know it's not a very good video job here, but the thing about these lights, you can move them up and down and you can move them side to side, sort of like a cradle. And of course you can move it left to right. Anyway, I wanted to show you the bottom of this light. The other thing you probably didn't notice is each light has 3 wires, 1 black and 2 white. Well, really 1 white and 1 gray. These lights have 2 bulbs in them. So it's sort of like a low beam and high beam, but both lights are still powerful. So you got a ground and you got 2 positive potential wires here that you're going to have to wire. So now you just stick the light in the hole and screw the nut on. Again, it's that simple. As you can see here, as I'm screwing it, I'm trying to determine approximately where these lights should be pointed at. I'm just trying to get them close because I know when it's dark, I'm going to go ahead and have to readjust them. These are pretty quick and easy to install. The bolt that sticks out isn't very long. Make sure if you do put these types of lights in to make sure you put a lock washer underneath, that way the bolt doesn't get loose. And also don't forget to use some anti-seize grease. That'll help prevent it from rusting. Once you have it aligned up the way you want it, just go ahead and tighten the bolt down and everything locks down. Okay, as you can see, I've got both of the lights screwed in. Now it's time to wire them in. Now for me, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to temporarily wire these lights in. I'm not going to go under the dash or anything like that right now. I just want to connect them so I can use them. So all I'm going to do is wire one of the lights on each light in, and then I'm going to power it through the battery. Later on, I'll go ahead and wire it correctly with a switch inside. Here I just threw this little drawing together. As you can see, we have the battery, got the positive and the red, and the negative for now is because I have a black background in white. But what I used was red and black wire. So you can see on the light itself it had a black wire coming out. So I connected the black wires together and wired it to the negative side of the battery. And you can follow the red wire coming out of the lights going into the battery. I have a switch in front of the grill so I can get to it really easy. The switch itself, make sure if you do this, it needs to be waterproof. So it's a pretty simple electrical wiring setup. Again, I just did this to just quickly get them going. Later on this year, I'll go ahead and have it wired correctly. One last thing, once you've wired everything up, make sure you use electrical tape so you don't get a short. Anyway, that's it. That's what I did to get my lights going temporarily. One last thing, once you've wired everything up, make sure you use electrical tape so you don't get a short. Anyway, that's it. That's what I did to get my lights going temporarily. I'm sure glad I found these lights because it really upgraded my Land Rover. I'm really glad I got these lights because it really upgraded my Land Rover. I really got tired of driving around in those beat up lights. It definitely upgrades your look in your front of your grill. Like I said earlier, these are racing lights. When I took them out on the road at night, up in the mountains, I couldn't believe how bright they were. They were so bright I can look into the future. Oh well, you can see how easy this is to do. So on to the next project. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was very informative. Please check out my other how-to videos. Oh, and check out my new website. There's new items being put in there every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course, hit the bell. Until then, we'll see you at my next video. Bye.